Hello and welcome back to 340 Paddler. Today we're going to talk about another set of quick tips, things that are important to know or helpful, but I can't make them into a full-length video. So let's get started. First of all, you're all going to have bow and stern lights on your boat. So a red, a green, and a white. When you put those lights on, you're going to want to mask them. Now, this is looking at an e-gear light from above, but it could be any light. The idea is the same. If you're looking at the light, you want the back side of the light on the bow or the front side of the light on the stern to be masked off. The best way to do this is use electrical tape. The reason is it will blind you slowly over time as you either see the reflection of your stern light in your wet paddle or you stare at your bow lights all night. So go ahead, mask those off. It'll make your life a lot easier. Just a piece of masking tape on the back half of them. Next, paddles. And I'm just using Epic as an example because their website has some good illustrations. Two issues I want to deal with paddles. First of all, paddle length. If you have a paddle with an adjustable length, it makes life a little bit easier. Now we're going to get back to some basic physics here. If I have a very long lever, it's very powerful, but not very efficient. A shorter lever is more powerful and less powerful but more efficient, which is going to help you get through the race. So an adjustable length paddle will allow you to shorten that blade up as you paddle on. Also, you want to generally use the shortest paddle that you can use in your boat in a practical sense. It's just going to make things more efficient, less energy output as you move down the river. You also want to look at the blade size. So there are large paddles, there's small paddles, etc. You'll notice a lot of people will race the MR340 with an Epic small mid or any kind of small mid. And that's probably the best way to go, is a slightly smaller paddle. It sounds counterintuitive, but it stops you from blowing out your shoulders halfway through the race. If you're more powerful, you can do a mid-wing. I don't know anyone who would ever do a large wing paddle. There are a few, I'm sure, but not anyone that I've come across. Red lights. Oh, sorry, wrong illustration. Red lights. So, red lights are very important for both your ground crew and yourself. They will stop you from losing your night vision, which is very important on the 340. So, if you are on shore as a ground crew, make sure you have a headlamp, if you're using a headlamp, that has a red light setting. That'll stop you from accidentally blinding your paddler. It also allows you to signal your paddler from shore, let them know where you are, without, again, blinding them. So, something to keep in mind, when you're in the boat, I've covered this in another video, go ahead and throw a red glow stick in your cockpit at night. It'll allow you to see things without, again, losing your night vision. Music. Music is fantastic. It keeps our mind off of the suffering, but it has a downside. Please don't use your music at night unless you have paddled the Missouri River quite a bit. You're going to need your hearing, especially in areas like Lisbon Bottoms, Burger Bend, and other places around Coopers, for example. Between Catfish and Coopers, there are some odd wing dikes. You want to be able to hear them before you see them, and it's much more efficient to hear them than it is to try and shine a light every 30 seconds, making sure that the pathway is clear. Finally, carp. Now, I did a video called The Carp Whisperers. Getting away from that, in a practical sense, the carp can be a problem. Mostly they're just going to scare you because you're going to be paddling at night, something's going to bump your boat, or you're going to go ahead and put your paddle in the water and you're going to hit something. It's going to be soft, squishy, and move a lot. that's going to be a carp. They do jump up into the boat. There have been injuries. I believe Bob Hines last year dislocated a shoulder with a carp hit. Someone else had some broken ribs from a carp hitting them. So it does happen, though it's exceedingly rare. Just be careful. As long as you're in the channel, you should be fairly, and I'm using that term specifically, you should be fairly safe. There are, of course, carp in the channel, but they generally aren't too jumpy. You'll run into a problem if you get off the channel near a sandbar or behind a wing dike. So with this knowledge, go out, paddle the 340. May the flow be with you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, quarrels, qualms, quandaries, or curse words, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, this is 340 Paddler, hoping that you keep your paddle in the water.